Hey guys, welcome back to another Down and Dirty. We got the Steelwrist with the Cat 308 today. What we're going to do is pull a little bit of this hillside right here, and obviously our machine's at like a 5 degree leaning towards the back of the machine, and it's leaning about 3 degrees towards our left. Typically we try to either get the machine level or get it on the certain angle that we're looking for to pull the slope. Today with the Steelwrist, because we have flexibility, a little wiggle room, check that out. So obviously we're going to connect point A right here to point B, and you can see it's about a 3-foot drop. So what I'm going to do today, I'm going to rotate the bucket. We're going to start from the high side today. Obviously, we're going to reshape all this once we really move this dirt, but today we're just going to pull a little bit of slope to kind of give you guys a little bit of example of what the Steelwrist does and how to cut a slope. So we're going to start with our initial pass right there. And every time we move, the machine's going to change a little bit of angle. But check this out, we could rotate this bucket to collect the angle that we want. Let's put her on a little bit more of a degree right here. And we're going to just slowly pull. And you can rotate the angle depending on the slope. You can really start cutting it steeper, or you can really start feathering it back out. All with the twist of the wrist right here. So we're going to just slowly rotate that wrist with that slope right there. Again, trying to catch that angle, it's not that big of a deal because we can rotate that wrist. So we're going to put it on a little bit more slope. We're going to steepen her down. And as you can see, I'm starting to get a gap right there with the bucket, with the cutting edge. We're about a 1/2 inch, which is okay. But if you want to hold it tight, you just sink the bucket back down, let it sit. And that's how you're going to know the angle that you're at. What we always try to do, especially with something like this, is we try to pull a 1/2 grade at a time with the bucket. So we can mirror the uphill side. Just by mirroring the uphill side with the bucket, that's going to allow us to automatically assume that the downhill side of the cutting edge is right at the angle that we want. So I'm going to slowly just mirror it. We're going to slowly pull. And again, we got a little rocker switch on our hand right here that we're going to rotate back and forth. Now as we start getting towards the bottom, our final pass, we don't really want to have all that debris or dirt rolling down into the septic field where Brian's at. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to actually rotate that bucket sideways, and I'm going to scoop it back up the hill, just to give you guys an example. We're going to use the swing motor a little bit more than you normally would. When you're kind of swiping left and right to clean it up, we're going to actually use that as our force. And we're going to use this little rocker switch. We're just going to slowly guide it on up the hillside here. Kind of clean it up. Again, we're going to start with one more because obviously this is a septic field, so we can't really allow any more cover on it, and we don't want to bury any of those covers like I successfully did. So you're going to slowly just start rotating these rocker switches, and you're going to use your bucket as a curl to kind of gauge that angle, using that rocker switch and kind of rotating that bucket uphill. Now we're slowly pulling a bucket uphill with a grade. Look at that. 3/4 of a bucket, we'll call that. That's not into the septic field. So this takes a little bit getting used to. Obviously, you could manipulate all sorts of angles that you want. Again, we could put the cutting edge down if you want this way. And we could slowly pull it uphill, which we're really putting a lot of stress on that rotator and machine, but it's capable. So you'll learn to manipulate the dirt any which way you want to go, right? So let's say we want to pull a little more like that on an angle. We're trying to fill downhill. You can kind of roll that bucket, kind of like a dozer blade. And you can slowly, you can see on the right side we're cutting, but it's starting to slowly rotate it over to the left. Look at that. So you can do a lot of cool angles with this. This attachment is really going to open up your Pandora's box in your mind. And you're going to just start going, man, can I do this? Can I do that? To the point of, you won't even be thinking no more. You know what you want to do? You're just going to make it happen. Pretty neat. The Steelwrist is capable of, well, many things, honestly. So, for example, we got this rock down here that's in my way. Not that we can't scoop it with the bucket, but I'm going to slowly finesse, if we could get it, slowly finesse this rock into this pincher, which, again, this isn't bad practice, guys. Trying to pick this rock up. Oh, this is what it's all about. Your mind over matter. I don't mind, but it doesn't really matter right now. We're just trying to learn. Oh, right? But this is what it's about. You start really honing in your craft and your skill to the point, I think we got it. Look at that. Look at that. We got it right there. Really precise. Now it took me a little bit. I have a lot of seat time in an excavator, any kind of machine, but this Steelwrist is really new. I only got probably 10 hours in this thing total from doing tree work and a little bit of dirt work. So with that, guys, being said, I hope you're enjoying the content. We'll catch you on the next Down and Dirty.